Good morning, everyone. Today we are discussing about e-commerce communication channels. So today's perspective is all about how we are going to move with e-commerce channels, and e-commerce channels have been influenced with many of the perspectives. First thing is about it is measured with bits per second. So where we are going to do the calculation in terms of managing our website. Maybe people have observed that some of the websites, when they are going to offer the sale within 1 hour, 24 hours. So during that time, you may find out the complete website is going to be jammed and may not be able to give a concrete amount of information, correct? So all these things are going to be the major thing where we need to understand. These are all based upon the broad rate what we people have created the broadband, and the, the speed of our website, that's going to be the most important. So here we do have a category of narrow speed, voice band, even about broadband. So into the narrow band speed, 300 bits per second to 1200 bits per second can be accessed by that website very easily. Where in the normal days, that narrow speed is fine for any of the particular website. Whereas this medium speed is very much essential during the time of weekends when the visitors number is more for your website. So you need to analyze that in a practical sense how you are going to deal with this task. And when the special occasions, such like maybe you have made a sale, offer sale, maybe about within 24 hours, you would like to end the sale, correct? So those kind of offers, when you are going to give, probably this broadband high speed is very much essential. Otherwise, probably it is going to be difficult where your website will be getting buffered for a lot of time to get access. Okay, so there is a chance of losing your clients if you do not follow a proper amount of bits per second speed. And the next point of view is about greater the band width will be the higher. That means transmission capacity. See, basically, when you are going to keep this higher amount of width, that's about band speed, then absolutely it is going to be much useful for the people to get transmission. Okay, so maybe I can go for naming it as such, like currently Google Drive has given about 15 GB of data. So in that, I can go for making use of all the 15 GB freely. Okay, but that should be with a good amount of speed. Then only I can upload or else download that data. Okay, so if that is going to contain narrow speed, maybe I'm going to feel as such like it is better to depend upon my hard disk instead of Google Drive. I hope now you're realizing the fact, correct? So it is almost just like how exactly we are going to handle our website. That much of capacity, number of visitors, downloading, uploading can be able to take place. And even about communicating data via cable or else wireline media. Yes, of course, into this particular perspective, maybe this cable communication of this particular data is quite worth in terms of the speed consideration. where it is a little bit at the higher side. Whereas yes, without wire, in the sense wireless, or maybe you can go for creating a Wi-Fi options. Yes, of course, the users number will be more for that particular line approach, and probably the speed of that width of that particular system may get reduced because of more number of users for the same data. And the next thing we are discussing about web servers encryption. The question is going to get raised. So, do we need to protect even our web servers also? That's a question. Maybe protecting the website is quite important, as we have already discussed in the previous sessions. Okay. Yes, web servers protection also is quite important. Otherwise, we may get that 404 error where web servers are not available. Okay, so basically that website need to be feeded properly with a good amount of quality of broadband. Okay, so that connectivity will be so good, and automatically you will get a good amount of feedbacks from your clients. Okay, so by chance if your web server is not in the working position, so kindly intimate to your clients if they are regular. Kindly intimate to your clients so that you can avoid that dissatisfaction from your clients perspective. Okay, so maybe you can go for finding out some of the messages from the banks, such like web servers are under repair process, where we are unable to provide the services from so and so time to so and so till so and so time, or else from so and so date to till so and so date, correct? So those are all thing informations. At least you need to provide that. Otherwise, this 404 error may go for creating the amount of imbalance in the level of satisfaction of your clients. So there are two steps of a web server encryption. So you need to do this coding work for your web servers so that some other person need not to make use of that particular data which is been reserved for website. Okay, so the first point of view is such like use secure cryptographic protocol. So where we already have discussed this with respect to the amount of single user protocol, even about public user protocol, we can go for encrypting our data, maybe that coding of that particular data. So think, try to take care of public user in a different passwords, private user in a different passwords, so that it will be quite easier where your website can be accessed very easily, and that can be provided with a better service. That is the thought process. And even about the selected protocol. So with respect to the amount of selected protocol, if you do think that that particular website, in that website, one of the particular page or else one of the particular blog need to be highlighted, and you can avoid some other blogs or some other pages. Yes, try to have a selected protocol so that that page viewers will be so happy, and that is going to get highlight, and other pages is maybe that amount of unwanted pages, unwanted websites can be avoided, so that your web server can be efficiently used only for that particular page. Okay, so where your sales is going to take place. Yes, with this note, we are going to complete this message of concerned with e-commerce communication channel. Okay, and today we have completed that topic, and by next session we are going to learn about SSL protocol, how it is going to work. Thank you, one and all.